Let me tell you how I bought VectorVest's top ranked stocks, and I used VectorVest's recommended stop price, but I still lost too much money. That's what we're going to cover in today's video. All right, I'm really opening up here because I think I've made probably every mistake an investor could possibly make over my investing career. And I'm going to tell you about mistakes that I find somewhat embarrassing. And we're actually going to just focus on one of those mistakes today. But my goal is to help you so that you don't make those same mistakes. Now, if you like this type of video and you want to see more of these mistakes that I've made and how to fix them, just hit the like button and let me know in the comments, and that'll tell me that you want more of these. Well, I started here at VectorVest back in 2001, and I was out of college about 3 years. I was a third grade teacher for a few years, and then I was changing careers. I had no investing experience. So I started here, and after a while, I thought I knew better than the system. And after making a bunch of mistakes, which I could share later if you want, what I decided to do is I said, you know what? I just got to follow the system. I got to follow the system that I'm talking to other people on the phone and telling them that they should be following. So what I did is I said, all right, I'm going to just buy the top ranked VectorVest stocks. And they're good stocks, right? They're the top ranked stocks. What could go wrong? So I decided to buy the top ranked stocks, and I said, I'm just going to use the VectorVest stop price as my stop because I hear such great things about it. So I'm going to do that. Top ranked stocks, VectorVest stop price, and go with that. Now in this video, I'm not going to get into all the details of what makes a top ranked stock a top ranked stock. And I'm not going to get into the details of the formulas of our recommended stop. I made another video on our stop recommendation. I'll link to it in the comments if you want to go watch it after this. After being in these stocks for a little bit, just like most stocks do, stocks started to come down. And I'm like, dang, I'm losing too much money. I can't keep holding on to these things, waiting for them to hit this stop price because I've already lost too much money. And so I'm sitting there thinking, well, the system's broken. The VectorVest stop price doesn't work. And so I'm not knowing what's going on. And it's because, just like a lot of things, it's hard to blame yourself for things that are going wrong. You're always looking for other things to blame. So I'm like, oh, it can't be me. I didn't do anything wrong. There's got to be something wrong with the VectorVest stop price, or these stocks aren't good. But what ended up happening, and honestly, I don't remember what or when or who taught me what I was doing wrong, but here's what I learned. The problem wasn't the stop that I chose. It wasn't the stock that I chose. It actually was the amount of money that I invested in the position. I just invested too much money in each individual position. Now, I don't remember how much money I had invested in each position, but think about it this way. Here's an example. Let's just say you put all of your money into one stock, and if that stock pulls back 10%, well, 10% is not big in the grand scheme of things for a stock, but if you put all of your money into it, that means your portfolio just dropped 10%, and now you're freaking out, right? So now my example wasn't as drastic, but it was basically the same thing. I put too much money in each individual position, and it caused me to be losing too much money when the stock was dropping.
Join VectorVest live next month as heavy hitters such as Jerry D'Ambrosio and Steve Chappell host the Stock Market Masterclass. Again, this is February 20th and 21st. If you wish to attend in person, act fast. Just go to vectorvest.com/Tampa.
Okay, so what do you do to fix that? Well, obviously invest less money, right? But how was the question? Like, how much money to invest? Like, what do I do? Well, there's actually two approaches, and both of these approaches work. Neither is super hard, but one of them is easier than the other. Both of these are actually based on the underlying principle that we teach here at VectorVest, which is the most that you want to lose on any individual position is between 1 and 2% of your total portfolio. Now, that doesn't mean that your stop price is 1 to 2% below the stock's price, it means the dollar amount that you lose when you have a losing trade should be no more than 1 to 2% of your total portfolio. So I usually like to use round numbers as an example. So let's say you have a portfolio of $100,000 and you're like, all right, well, what's 1% of that? Well, 1% of 100,000 is $1,000. 2% is $2,000. So if you have a losing trade and your portfolio is 100,000, the dollar amount that you lose on a losing trade should be no more than between $1,000 and $2,000. Okay? All right, so based on that, the first thing that I did, which honestly, personally, I don't do anymore, not because it's wrong, but because I actually like the easier method better. But you could pick a certain percentage loss for your portfolio and size each position so that your maximum loss is equal to that number. Okay? Now, just so you know, alert, like this is going to be a math alert here. So those of you who are afraid of math, either listen carefully, get a pen and paper. But sorry to get all mathy here, but I don't know. I used to be a math major in college, and I guess I just like numbers. But let's say you know you only want to lose $1,000 on each position. And now once you know that, like let's just say $1,000 is the most you want to lose. Once you know that, you just take the difference between the stock's price and your stop. So let's say the stock is here, is trading at $100, and the stop you chose, let's just say the VectorVest stop. Let's say the VectorVest stop is down here at 80. All right, so the stock is at 100, stop is at 80. That's a $20 difference between the two. So now you got a $20 difference. So you know the most you want to lose is $1,000. So you say, all right, I take the 1,000, I divide it by the 20, and what does that equal? It equals 50, right? What does that 50 mean? That means 50 is the most number of shares that you could buy of the stock that you're interested in. All right, because if you do the math, you say, all right, if I have 50 shares and it drops by $20 per share, so 50 times 20 is the $1,000 loss that you're targeting. And you could just do that for each position in your portfolio. And it would end up with some stocks you invest a little more in, some stocks you invest a little less in. There are different size positions in your portfolio, but if they all fall to the stop, each one would be a 1% loss to your total portfolio. All right, so that's one method. Now, the second method I did, which was actually a recommendation from our founder, Dr. Bart DeLito, he came up to me and he's like, Brian, why are you doing all this work? All you got to do is have 10 positions in your portfolio and put an equal dollar amount in each one. And at first it didn't kick in on like how that would work. Like, why would that work? But it sank in, and I was looking at it, and the VectorVest stop price. Right, so here's how this works. Virtually all the time, the VectorVest stop price is between 10 and 20% below the stock's price. All right, so between 10 and 20% below. And let's say you have your $100,000 and then you invest it equally across those 10 positions. So you got 10 positions, each position would have $10,000 in it, right? So let's say you lose 10% on a trade. You lose 10% on $10,000, that's $1,000. Remember that number from earlier? And if you lose 20%, that's $2,000. So that's between 1 and 2%. And that's right in line with our guidelines that I mentioned earlier. Don't lose more than 1 to 2% of your total portfolio. All right, so that's the lesson for today. Even the best stock selection method and the best stop price in the world still depends on correct position sizing. Now, if you like this type of video and you want to see more of them, just hit the like button and let me know in the comments. Have you ever made this same mistake that I did? Other than that, I will see you in the next video.